strong campaign will deliver. Tylan Wallace on the return for Cleveland. And spins his way, gets hit at the 25.
It's out of Cleveland, a little bit more consistent. Deshaun, though, has that big playability.
See how Dennis Allen's defense looks. They'll run the football right out of the gate with the excellent Quinshon Judkins, who had a solid year last year. And a nice stop by DeMarco Jackson, the former New Orleans Saint, who has some ties to this group with Dennis Allen. He makes the stop.
Yeah, when he filled in last year, I thought he was very capable. Led the team in tackles, a couple games of really a fire plug around the football, flying to the football. And we'll see an interesting quarterback situation that Stacy dialed in there with the Browns. They've drafted 3 guys the past 2 years.
Nobody's used more quarterbacks in the Super Bowl era than the Cleveland Browns. Here's another run play for Judkins, and he had big playability last year. The rookie Dylan Thieneman is there to help.
But his goal, guys, is to be the starting defensive end opposite Montez Sweat for this Bears team in the regular season.
He would be my breakout player. If he can reach 10 sacks opposite Montez Sweat, that would be a bonus for the Chicago Bears. For Jackson, they bring back Jack Sanborn, so they've got a lot of speed at linebacker, and TJ Edwards finally healthy. This is a speedy group at the second level.
Maurice Alexander had a touchdown in the preseason last year. One of Ben Johnson's old buddies from Detroit grabs it at the 16. And a short return. They'll set up the Bears offense for the first time in 2026.
What did Tyson Bagent tell us about Ben Johnson, fellas?
He's intense.
Completely captivating in meetings. Yep. He's on track, Bagent said, to be the greatest coach of all time. That's the impact that he has had overarchingly over this Bears franchise.
I thought the word captivating stuck out in our conversation. The fact that he commands the room. Bagent has such respect for Johnson. Johnson gets after Tyson about as much as his father does. We all know about Travis Bagent as well, the longtime arm wrestling champion. Tyson now out of the air, and Roschon Johnson makes the grab for a short.
It's fun as a quarterback to be around an OC or a play caller that's aggressive. You know, for me, when I left the Bears, I joined John Gruden in Tampa. I'm telling you, I was captivated every meeting because he gave you answers. He gave you answers, and the way he delivered the message, and I think Ben Johnson has a little bit of John Gruden in him. He's giving the quarterback answers. They have command of the offense, and he's giving them direction to go to with anything they see. They can be aggressive, and that's fun.
Handoff for Johnson. And he'll work his way to about the 28-yard line. It'll set up third down and medium.
Yeah, you're not going to see DeAndre Swift today. You're not going to see Kyle Monangai today. You are going to see Roschon Johnson. And the biggest thing for that young man is to stay healthy. And the Bears are, having spent quite a bit of time at their facility of late, they're rooting for that young man tremendously to stay healthy and stay the course.
Only 7 games last year. Injured thumb in November. He's been limited due to some injuries in the last calendar year.
Empty here.
For Bagent, multiple options. Maurice Alexander got held up in the middle of the field, and the throw is off target. So it's a 3-and-out for both offenses, or the Bears offense, I should say, to start this day.
Yeah, I agree with you, Stacey. I think it's very competitive. You look at Salvon Ahmed, who they brought in, and we'll talk about new running backs coach Eric Studesville. They like Salvon Ahmed. He's really good out of the backfield catching the football, but I do think Roschon, he provides a bigger short yardage bruising role, but the health has been the key. He's good on special teams and provides a spark, and we'll see where that running back battle goes.
Torrey Taylor with the delivery. This is Casey Concepcion, who has to backpedal all the way back to the 12-yard line. Excellent punt, but may have been an alley opening up for Concepcion, the rookie. He is a speedster, as you can tell right out of the gate. Tony Fields made the stop. Both offenses empty on the first trips. One that inspired the Madden cover. Really fun 2025. Deshaun Watson scrambling. We'll see what this penalty marker is about. Alex Kemp, veteran official, is our lead man today. We'll check this flag here. A 60-yard punt by Taylor before the break.
Tripping, offense number 71. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Titus Howard, right tackle.
Trade from Houston. Spent 7 years with the Texans. Signed an extension with Cleveland. You see, tripped up Dio Odengbo there.
Dio coming back from injury, the torn Achilles tendon. Again, like Stacy talked about, whether it's Dio, whether it's Austin Booker, it's got to be the player opposite Montez Sweat. He's averaged 10 sacks a year. If they can get a combination of 10 or more sacks opposite Montez Sweat, you'll be cooking with gas defensively.
So a tough penalty against Tower. That sets him back to first down in a quarter of the field for Cleveland. Off the fake to Judkins.
With the check down.
Yep, Watson does, and eventually delivers over the middle to the tight end. That's Blake Whiteheart, who got drilled by the returning Jack Sanborn. Spent last year with Dallas and Matt Eberflus, back with the Bears this year.
Yeah, he was really pleased to return to Chicago, and you know he plays with that violent style. He's got that Wisconsin brain, so pair him with TJ Edwards back there. You got a couple bright spots in Dennis Allen's defense, which plays a lot of man-to-man, which excites these players.
It's the fourth year that Sanborn and Edwards will play together, going back to their time as Wisconsin teammates. Sanborn was a freshman when Edwards was a senior. Watson, a nice floating pass over the middle. That's connected for a conversion to Jerry Jeudy. He gets a lot of that yardage back, so they'll set up a much more makeable third down. Josh Blackwell is there for the stop. Special teams maven the last couple of years.
This Browns offense has the potential, if they figure out their quarterback, to be very exciting with Jerry Jeudy and the two rookies. When you think about Denzel Boston, Casey Concepcion, you saw the speed before our last break, and Isaiah Bond, who was undrafted but certainly could have been drafted outside of some off-field issues last year.
A big play threat is Isaiah Bond. That's what the Bears are dealing with. Some more talent for Cleveland on the outside today. Watson, nice little comeback route. That's a completion to the aforementioned rookie Denzel Boston. And he's grabbed by Blackwell. It's a first down inside the Chicago 40-yard line. Pickup of 17 to move the chains.
Yeah, Chicago's had to move around this secondary a little bit. Blackwell has played safety. He's played nickel. Now he's on the outside here. They're giving Malik Muhammad, the young fourth-round draft pick, he's getting out reps at the nickelback position just due to some injuries they've had. So we'll see how they shore it up. And as I mentioned, they have to gel with the injuries they've had. But a lot of guys going to be moving around and moving parts through the preseason.
Fresh set of downs from the 37. Judkins gets stacked up just a couple of yards past the line of scrimmage. So here is just who's in, who's out. These are some notable transactions, so a nice big picture idea.
Take over the defense. Ben Johnson, as you see on your screen, talking about he's the template. But in my conversations, guys, he had already started taking over this defense as the lead voice amongst the entire unit.
And it puts Thieneman in a bad spot because now you're playing with the safety opposite Thieneman, who's a rookie, and he's figuring it out for himself. Now, whether it's going to be Cam Lewis or other guys who emerged at that position, they signed Xavier Woods from Tennessee. He looks to be the ultimate replacement, but the key is to settle out on that first-round draft pick who comes with a ton of talent and ball hawking ability when you look at Thieneman. Very physical player.
Would have been fun to watch Bryant and Thieneman together. The Cleveland native dealing with that knee injury. He had surgery last week, so he's going to be out for what feels like the regular season, unless he's got a quicker recovery. Pass rush getting to Watson, had to get rid of it fast, nearly dropped. It is. That was a problem for the Browns last year too. And DeMarco Jackson got through the line, brought some heat, Thieneman on the back end, and they team up for a fourth down.
Well, one of the areas of strength the Bears deem their defense is directly up the middle, the interior defensive front. They think they run 6 deep there, and the pressure that they're able to get, but then you're able to throw somebody like DeMarco Jackson up and blitz and become creative and use that exotic disguise. Outstanding job there.
I thought Dennis Allen was the MVP of the defense last year. Just what he did with the missing parts, pieces they added. You know, Charlie Gardner-Johnson, who they added as the year went along, and he was masterful, especially in the playoffs.
Andre Schmidt is able to get Cleveland on the board. He and Cairo Santos were sharp last year for their respective teams.